Hi, my name is Jonathan Lane, and I am the Pathways to Technology Facilitator. I'm going to talk to you today about who this program is for, what you can really get out of this program, and really encourage you to apply for this special program. So I'm going to start with who this program is for. So this is really for any students that are interested in a technology-related career, any sort of technical career. And there's a wide variety of those. So there are, people that are interested in programming, designing, implementing that computer software. Um, there are people on the other side of that on IT, working with computers and the hardware side of things, supporting businesses and supporting software. And then in between, there's like business technology. So, a lot of data analysis for businesses, using a lot of the math you might, learn in school to help businesses. And then there's a lot of like working with people and things like that with business technology. And there's a lot of other technical careers that we encourage. One big one is web design, so creating modern websites for people. That's all stuff you will kind of learn in this program. And there's other opportunities for other technology related things like some video editing, audio editing, machine learning, AI, things like that. A lot of variety when it comes to what you'll be working on in this program. So let's start with the requirements. We are looking for juniors and seniors, upcoming juniors and seniors for next year. We prefer a GPA of a 2.5 or higher, though we do take lower with a letter of recommendation from somebody at your school. You must have passed Algebra 2 with a C or better, or be enrolled in Algebra 2 for next semester. And your attendance must be 90% or better. And attendance is really a big one. So when we talk about internships and projects you might be working on, showing up is most of the battle, and attendance is a really big one. If you don't meet one of these three requirements down here, so the GPA, Algebra 2, or attendance, but you're still really interested in this program, I would encourage you to still apply and advocate for yourself. So tell us, why we should, consider you, even though you may not meet these requirements. We've taken plenty of students that don't meet all these requirements, but you must be an upcoming junior and senior. So what does this program look like? So let's start with what the fall looks like next year. You would be provided transportation every day to a Cerner campus, so a bus would come to your school and pick you up. It would take you during the day to a Cerner campus for 2 hours. Some schools that would be in the morning, some schools that would be in the afternoon, but you would have those hours kind of provided during your class period. So you would this would be part of your schedule. And in the class, so you'd be with me for 2 hours. The first thing we kind of do is a dual credit computer class through UMKC where you learn some intro to programming, you learn some Python, and do some of that software development stuff. And then on top of that, you get real world projects that are tailored to your interests. So during the fall, you might work with like a company like Goodwill or the Kauffman Foundation or Kansas Biology Teacher Association, creating websites, doing a lot of cool things that I'll talk about. And then, of course, we will prepare for those internships during the spring semester. So we will, I'll teach you everything you need to know when it comes to creating resumes, how to go through an interview process, things like that. So you'll be spending 2 hours a day on a nice Cerner campus, learning kind of real world stuff to kind of prepare you for after high school. Some of those projects you'll be working on during the fall and the spring that we've done in the past is like with the Kauffman Foundation, we upgraded their phone systems. So high school students were able to sit in on client calls, learn about stuff like Zoom phones versus 8x8 phones versus some of the other phone vendors, and we're able to present at the end on what they thought was the best system. Some students have helped develop data dashboards that help improve the workforce for the Kauffman Foundation. For Goodwill, we've evaluated their project management software. We learned about things called Gantt charts that are really important for project management. And this semester, we're actually working with Goodwill to develop some artificial intelligence. They are currently developing an application to take a picture of an object and tell that object what it is. And high school students will be working on that this semester. So there's a lot of different client projects, and each year kind of changes on what you could be working on, and you have a lot of choice on what you work on when it comes to client projects. So our biggest business partner is Cerner. They provide a place for us to work in the fall and the spring. You've maybe seen some of their campuses around Kansas City, Missouri. And they provide a lot of internships in the spring. So majority of our students do become interns with Cerner. And what Cerner does is they develop software for healthcare. So some of the things they've done is develop software that detects cancer based on like MRIs and other scans. They've developed software that helps patients when you're checking into the hospital. They've developed software that keeps track of medicine or what doctors are, taking notes during surgery, things like that. So a lot of the software that nurses and doctors use in ERs around the country are developed by Cerner right here in Kansas City. And they store a lot of healthcare data. So all of the VA logs are stored on Cerner servers. A lot of hospital and patient records are stored on Cerner servers. And so there's a wide variety of opportunities at Cerner that kind of support all of this. So you have people that work on the servers that store that data. They have a lot of different software teams working on a lot of different software to update and add new features and things like that. So there's a lot of cool opportunities at Cerner, and it's growing every year. Our dual credit partner has been through UMKC, so you get 3 hours of dual credit through UMKC in that fall semester. We use Python, and it's a pretty cool class. The other thing that I should mention about this program is not only do we pay for this dual credit class, but while you're enrolled, we'll pay for every dual credit class that you're taking. So if you're taking math dual credit classes or Spanish dual credit classes or art dual credit classes, we will pay for those while you're in this program. And you don't have to be in UMKC for that to apply. And then in the spring, you'd be working on internships and client projects. You'd be working with a real team, given real projects that will be used. And you will be getting skills that will be useful in any career. So all of our internships are very hands-on. And we do get students at the end of the spring, after working on an internship, they think, maybe this isn't the right career for me, or maybe I want to work more on the business side of things. And still everything you've learned and everything you've gained from this opportunity will apply for whatever you do in the future. So it's important to know not only what you're interested in, but also what you're not interested in. And this is a good opportunity to kind of explore that and understand, is technology really for you, and what parts about it do you like? And the idea is to really kind of jumpstart you into a career. So, you know, as a senior, this is kind of what it might look like for you. So in the spring, you do that internship at a Cerner campus, which can lead to a paid internship during the summer with Cerner. And they do provide like benefits, and it's a really nice summer job. And then they do have programs while you're going through college where you can work for, part-time, and help you kind of get through college. And then they provide a job at the end of that. The average starting salary is like 55,000 at Cerner, and some of those software engineer roles start well above that. If you're a junior, though, it's going to look a little bit different from you. So at the end of your junior year, you would have the option of coming back, and then in the fall, instead of going through the class again, you could just be an intern or work on a client project, similar to the spring. And then your senior year, some students will intern at Cerner that whole senior year, and then transition to that paid summer internship once they graduate. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. You'll find in the description down below, you'll find my email and my contact. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Here's some of the center students getting recognized our first year. in the program, and I'm really excited for next year. It will be really cool, and I'm excited to kind of get more students involved. So let me know if you have any questions. And Pathways to Tech is great for any students kind of interested in any sort of technical career. And if you're not sure, if you're kind of on the fence, and feel free to reach out and ask more questions. Thanks for listening.